Truly understand how you dance with that horse to see where it goes. So we're going to look at 4 different demos, and with it I'll just see where this lesson goes. Partially it will be the acknowledgement, partially it will be reaching out, and partially it will be just seeing where it goes today. I also knew that he's the more flighty of the horses that we've had here. I know he's sensitive. I know that down there was too much pressure for him, and down here was better next to his mate. These are things that I know. I'm aware that if we come in too boldly, he'll climb the fence, and I'm aware if you pressurize him in any way, he's not going to like that. So those are some things. What we worked on yesterday would be him to acknowledge. So when I'm on the outside, even if I'm moving my hands and stuff, I'm looking at what posture does he have. So he's very aware of people moving, and he's very aware of his surroundings. So when you're looking at his eye, you're looking at the peripheral vision. So when I drop down, when he looks at me, so the ear's on, but the pupil is not on. You want to realize that. So he's paying attention, but he's got a glazed eye right now. So I might move just to get the eye to wake up, and then I go passive. But when I go passive, I'm watching where that eye and the head carriage is. So I can see the foot, he's on the toe, I can see the head carriage to me, and he's got the glazed eye again. So that's when I might move to interact to get him to come back, and then thank him. So when my eyes are down, I'm watching that eye to know, do I need to get his attention back because he's losing it. So this would be a dialogue where we're building on it, where yesterday could have been asked once or twice to look, and today it's 10, 15 times. He's learning to face up. He's learning to realise he's got to track me in effect. And so his job is to know where I am and what I'm doing. But every time he looks and he doesn't glaze, he's being told he's fabulous because I retreat. You could flip the words on that too, and you could say that he's learning to train me, which would be when he pays attention, I leave. And the training for him would be that I leave. That he feels better about that. So acknowledge the try. So I've got an agenda. The agenda would be, can I move around you? How close could I get where you feel comfy? So even when you move, you're looking at where do you place the hips? Do you put them at the rump? Do you put them at the shoulder? Do you put them at the face? See, there's the hips at the face. A different response than the hips towards his hips. The face. So you're playing with that, and the reason you're playing with it is you need to know what happens if I go here, what happens, or if I go here, what happens. So you can only do that if you experiment. If you just stand in one place, you can't do that. And what happens means, what does he like? What can he accept? What does he find easy? If he finds something too hard, I don't need to do it. So if he finds it easier that I step in on this side, which he did, then I'm going to choose that piece that he finds easier. So we've retreated back here each time, and this time just retreated to here. So the pressure's off because it's on the right leg. Shoulders are facing this way. My eyes are running all over his body so I know what he's doing. There's the pressure's on, there's the pressure's off. So it's a hip motion as well as a shoulder motion. And we're looking at that is, the thing is, can you accept me here? Are you okay with me here? What do I need to do to help you to be okay with me here? And you're also creating this contract, which is, I'm not going to hurt you. I'd love for you to learn to trust. He doesn't trust, none of them do. But I want you to learn to trust me. If I step back here, chances are it will draw his nose. So then I can say thank you. So he can certainly play on the bar, but I might want to draw that nose towards me, which can often happen here. So he's looking at his escape option, but we can draw the nose. So the only area I've been to so far is along the wall. He's not frozen in place, he's okay. We want to avoid the flight, fight or freeze, and he is okay. But what would happen if I asked him to move around the pen? And the question is, can you move where you're not frightened? And so his feet were rhythmic. not bad. But I still want to acknowledge when he looks, so I don't break that piece of my little contract, because the contract right now is I will retreat and pause when you look at me. That's the piece we're creating right now. That will go with him for the next days or weeks. Nice. And I'm going to leave on that note, even if I wanted to demo more, because he put the foot forward, he looked and he moved that way and he was comfortable. So that's a classic example of you have a degree of an agenda. I had a degree of a plan, but really went with the flow, and there it was that you go, okay, I'm just going to take that note. Even if I had more ideas, that's my note, because it was such a try, such a big try. So you're acknowledging the minor tries, and you saw every single one, from foot placement to weight distribution to look in the eye to head carriage to softening. Everything got acknowledged, but then you go, that was the biggest try I've had, now I definitely leave. So you're moving your weight, you're moving the hips and the shoulders, you're choosing where you're retreating to, the jackpot is leaving. So you're not like waiting to the jackpot and then leaving, you're showing him everything. So his first introduction to me would be me saying, I can see you, can you see me? And when you're relaxed with me, I'll just leave. I want you to know that I'm an okay person. And so we made progress. Sleepy eyes, I always look for that. I really do, to make sure that if anybody's lying down sleeping, you don't go in. That's kind of one of our little rules too, so that if they're sleeping, you just work with the buddy horse, let them sleep. These guys are growing, they get tired quickly. What we don't do is go in and make them get up. Just look for the opportunities, and sometimes it sucks. You'll have hours where they're sleeping 3 hours and you won't go in. You won't go in. So for the first few days at least, acknowledge the fact when they're sleeping. And if they get tired, just give them that moment's break. If they ever go to the water, please retreat. So that they know, it's a little sign, it's a very cool sign that they learn when they're distressed, upset, concerned, worried, under pressure, they just go to the water and we leave. And what you're gauging that on is to either take a break or realize what a mental and emotional effect it has. We do get the babies having their heads in the bucket, and then we have to look at plan B. But he's kind of hogging that water a little bit, and it's his way of relaxing there. We'll acknowledge that. Okay?
So is it going to be a little bit of feeling intuition when they're going to be sleeping versus kind of the,
exactly. Zoning out, sleeping, tired.
Tired
just standing there going, is she going if I hog this water? Because they'll do that. They'll look, is he gone yet? So then we go, oh, I think you're okay, let's move you off the water. And all of that, just gauging it.